yeah, that was by far the scariest because I couldn't see and the whole cabin was filled with smoke, had no brakes, had no steering, had no nothing. Hi, I'm Sean Austin and this is my very fast Nissan Micra. Why Nissan Micra? It's fun beating fast cars in a Nissan Micra. One of my mates, Casey, had this sitting on his back concrete slab behind his shed. He said, do you want it? $500, you can have it. It had a roll cage. That's the only reason why I bought it, just because it had a roll cage and I thought it would be cool to have a car with a cage in it because at least it's mod plated and so on and so forth. So yeah, did a few track days with it and we're beating novice drivers that were driving like M3s and Rexes. I was like, oh, maybe this could go quicker. So then we just send it to the moon. Let's go, you know, get a Pulsar, pull the Pulsar apart and see if we can strap the whole front end of a Pulsar into the Micra. And then yeah, one thing led to another. I just wanted to keep going faster and have that straight line speed because we noticed that a lot of the V8s were still just moving on the straight. So now I can beat the V8s. That's all we want. So yeah, as it sits now, what we've done to it, basically a Primera. Whole front of the car is a Primera. Mixed match of hub and knuckles. I've basically just pieced lots of Nissan parts and components together to make the whole front end work. Has a SR20 VVL with a very large turbo. It has the 6-speed, running a K-Sport shifter with a Vision 1 adaptation plate. What else have we got in here? Raceworks race seat, got a Heltec R3 ECU in it with an IC7 dash. Whether it be sensors or anything, everything is from Heltec. Kai Knight tuned it, made 550 horsepower at the hubs. I've done 400 at World Time Attack, but yeah, it still struggles to put the power down because we're only running a small 225 tyre. Down at World Time Attack, it weighed 900 kilos. So she's a bit of a big girl. I think it's the...
And with you in it?
Yeah, that's... Oh no, that's with no drive, but that's full tank of fuel and full fluids, full everything else. But yes, it's heavy. I think it's because of the front end, more or less.
Back to the trailer.
I was actually going to go get a latte before.
Yeah.
And just start going, what's going on, boys? Why it's not done? But for like the last 2.5 months before that, it's been me crying under the car every night. It was super stressful. Leading up to World Time Attack, we did King of QR, and we just noticed the car had so many issues, like oiling issues, you name it, heating issues, tire grip, like just everything. It was not good. Greg from Cindy Composites goes, hey, you should run a wing. It will make the car faster and run tunnels and essentially make the air rush under the car a lot faster, which gives you that front end grip. But with that front end grip, you need to balance it out with the rear end grip. So Dave from FFM Fab, he smashed it out in like a day, which was incredible. Oz, one of my mates, did all the fab work for the wing and he made all the tabs up and we got it all sorted out. But it's insane. Like the rear springs were just bottomed out through the first corner. There was nothing more. Yeah, thank you Woody for the springs as well. We used Woody's springs. Back to the No Idea Club, walked into Woody's shed and I was like, those springs look like they would fit my car. And he's like, well, you can have them. So I put them in here and we actually ran them at World Time Attack and they worked really well until we put the wing on and noticed the downforce. Yeah, so definitely makes a huge difference. Yeah, never driven the car with the wing. I felt like I had a cheat code on the back of the car. It annoys me so much because I was so anti-aero for so long, going, no, it doesn't do anything. It's just like gimmicky. It works. And it's annoying because it works so well. To race at World Time Attack, it's the ultimate. You can't get any bigger at a Time Attack event. This is the biggest event in the world. People fly from, you know, US, Japan, wherever, just to race at this one race. So to drag this thing down to Sydney, I feel like, hey, what an achievement.
What was your goal for that event?
The first day we went out, we did a 155, which is very slow. I've never raced at Sydney, so I said to the wife before I left, because I got a race sim, fastest time I can get on the race sim driving some downloaded EG Civic I found. on Assetto Corsa was minute 45, and that was the goal. The following day we did a 150, and then we had a oil cooler sandwich plate explode, which caused oil to go everywhere, which was a bit of a hairy experience. It was the rubber seal just exploded and oiled over the whole windscreen, whole cabin filled with smoke. That was proper scary. But we did a 146 the next day, and then it was Saturday where I'm like, I'm gonna do a 145 today, and we did exactly that, 145.3. First session out too, so I was ready to go to the pub by midday. It was great. The event is actually relatively cheap. Think it was about that $1,500 mark to register and race. But then you have to have a control tire, so you have to run the Advan tires, and just that is like $2,000 in tires, place to stay, getting friends and family down there, tickets, so on and so forth. It can add up, it can compile pretty quickly. This car cost me, I know how much it cost me, and it hurts me because we had to rebuild the motor, and before that I was doing so good and I felt so chuffed about it. But now I think as the car sits, it's about, with the wing, it's about $42,000, which is far too much to spend on a Micra. Like, it is far too much. It's a $500 car, but this is over years. This is me, always been Haltex, but like going through different ECUs, different turbos, different engines, different versions of the car. More than I want to spend, but that's a drop in the ocean compared to the people I'm versing, honestly. Like, just going in blind, and then as you're going through, it starts shortening up, so you think you're good, and then you're like, oh no, I'm running out of talent, and then you can just grab it at the end. But yeah, turn one is by far, it's scary.
There was a moment there when Malachi came and knocked on the door. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was sitting in the car and I could had my revision mirror, like just adjusted it. I felt like a movie. I was strapped down, and like the boys did a belt check on me. They're like, "Yeah, you're sweet." And then they're about to push me out. And then I'd see my brother. I could just see his wrist, and I could see Malachi's head just eyeballing me. And I was like, "Oh God, I'm gonna cry." So then he came up, and yeah, it's special. It's those moments like that where you go, sort of everything that I wanted was all happening at that present moment, which was pretty surreal. And when anyone has that moment, you realize like, this is why I've done this. It's a goal, a vision you've had in your head. Then when you can finally tick that off, and you've got family around you, you just sort of, you choke up a bit.
What happens now with the car? What's going on?
I don't know. I want to just upset people. That's all I want to do now. I know that sounds quite rude, but all I really want to do is take it out to like roll racing days and just enjoy the car for a bit. It's been such a build up to World Time Attack to make it go fast around a racetrack. Now I want to just drive it and have fun with it. Take friends for laps, just be a car again. Look, I think I probably would do World Time Attack again, just because it's such a great event and everyone there runs such a well-oiled machine, but we need bigger tyres. What does it take to race at World Time Attack? I'd honestly say persistent, and to race at club level sort of races. So a lot of people think that they can just show up and race there. You can't. You need to have proof that you're quick, and you need to basically back it. But when you fill out all the paperwork at the start, they need to see your fastest lap time at a QR or your local racetrack. The main thing I would strongly recommend is do club level racing and be good at it. Because there's so many people that apply to World Time Attack every year, and to be able to race there, it's kind of a big deal. So if you do get the go-ahead, you've done well, you've done something right, but I strongly recommend making sure you can even compete, because the last thing you want to do is be, well, not last thing, it's kind of the wrong thing to say, but you just don't want to be last, and you don't want to be smoked by people that are in a stock car with some good tires and suspension, and you've poured all this money and energy into it, and you as a driver aren't there. So I strongly recommend club level racing and getting up to that standard. Definitely want to say a huge thank you to all my sponsors. Raceworks, definitely, they've helped me out even from when I was a small fish. Like, when I mean small fish, I mean like I had bugger all followers, and I just reached out and I said, hey, can you guys give me some help? So yeah, everyone at Raceworks, thank you so much. Haltech for jumping on board and letting me have my R3. I feel extremely blessed for that, so thank you so much. And then I've got just the best support team ever. I've got good mates. I've got everyone's jumped on board. CDI Motorsport, Joel, he's done majority of the fab work on this car when it comes to the engine side of things. So thank you, Joel, Morgan, Wickham for helping me do everything. Just so many, I got so many people to thank, and I'm so sorry I can't name everyone, but it's just been a team effort, and I'm really stoked to have such a group of talented people on my side. So yeah, I appreciate you guys.
I hope that's given you a bit of an insight as to what it takes to race at World Time Attack. In my eyes, it's a very prestigious event, and for a grassroots guy like Sean, I'm not writing you off there.
No, but that's very, very much it. Grassroots racing.
There's some big names at that event, and very, very special, and thankful that I could point a camera in Sean's face and put some GoPros in the car. This is a crazy little Micra, and rather than focus on just the SR20 and Haltech and the rest of it, I wanted to showcase the event as a whole, and we filmed it a little bit interview-wise. This car has been built in this shed, yeah? With some help from some mates?
Yeah, some mates and basic welding tools and stuff like that. So yeah, all built in here, nothing else.
Very basic. What's your trade, actually? What are your...
I'm an autolec by trade, but I did what I need to do at the start. Other than that, it's just been mates and ring-ins. So it's been great.
Goes to show you can achieve anything with some good mates. My name is Woody. This is the Skid Factory. If you haven't seen the coverage from World Time Attack, I've got a video out. There's also a bunch of videos all over the interwebs, including World Time Attack's YouTube page, so check that one out. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the moment and drive safe. Cheers.
We've got trusty Bunnings splitter. Oh, here come my kids.
It's alright.
Hey,
Hello.
hey. Hello. It's like tight, but then it pulls in real tight. Poo comes out about here. Yeah, this is all custom. Getting neons done next week from my friend Leon. Just gonna stick a full system in here. I'm wanting chandelier down here, water feature at the back. Yeah, and maybe like a fondue fountain thing, so I can sit there with the wife in the back of the car with some strawberries. Yeah.